According to Micah Izett in his 2019 Salem Press Encyclopedia entry titled Great Pacific Garbage Patch, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is a 1.6 million square kilometer trash vortex in the Pacific Ocean. It's comprised of two main garbage patches, the Eastern Garbage Patch and the Western Garbage Patch, the Eastern Garbage Patch being the larger of the two. For every square mile of the garbage patch, there are 1.9 million pieces of plastic. The garbage patches are comprised mainly of things like fishing nets, but also disposable plastics play a heavy impact on the gathering of the patch. An important question to ask is, why do we need to think about this now? And the main reason for that is, we're kind of running out of time. The more we put off trying to fix what we've done to our oceans, the less time we'll have to fix it. And this can create a situation where we may not be able to repair the damage if we wait any longer. So first, we need to examine even the extreme examples of pollution to look at how large of an impact even the very, very small things we do can have. I want to talk to you about why you should stop using disposable plastics. To establish this, I want to talk about why plastic pollution is a problem, the main causes, and how to prevent it through stopping the use of disposable plastics. First, let's examine why it's a problem. As noted by Elizabeth A. Kirk in the academic journal Marine Plastics, Fragmentation, Effectiveness, and Legitimacy in International Lawmaking, most environmental laws are incredibly vague. The reason that most of these laws are vague is that there's lots of oil companies and companies that produce plastic products that lobby in government to make the laws intentionally vague and hard to enforce. The main reason for this is that they want to avoid getting fined for any sort of shady doings they may do in the background that have a negative impact on the environment. The main issue with there being hard to enforce laws is that problems like the pollution in this riverbed can go unmonitored for years, potentially decades, before anyone does anything. And by the time that someone notices or tries to do anything, it may already be too late. The main problem with this is that humans can't drink water that has plastic in it because humans can't digest plastic. This also creates a problem for the fish in the water because fish can't digest plastic any better than humans can. The fish that consume plastic usually die, and this can lead to a collapse of certain industries like fishing in local areas where the only fish that are in the body of water are dead. You can fish dead fish all you want, but no one's going to want to eat them. Another important thing to note is that in plastics, when they are heated in a body of water and there's water in something like a plastic bottle, bacteria likes to grow in that bottle. The bacteria then gets back into the water table and can make the water even more toxic to humans and anyone else trying to use it. So on the subject of the main causes of plastic pollution, a 2019 Salem Press Encyclopedia of Science entry by Josephine Campbell notes that the EU has comprehensive plastic bans. Mainly in Europe and not just within the EU, most countries have at least small bans that affect things like citizen use of plastic bottles or plastic trash bags. Currently, the U.S. has no national laws restricting the use or disposal of any disposable plastics. Maine has a law that prohibits the use of styrofoam, but that's about as far as it gets state-wise, although some cities have individual laws prohibiting certain plastic items. The main reason that this is a problem is that the U.S. is falling behind massively when it comes to our conservation efforts, which is a big shame because the U.S. has some of the most beautiful environments in the world. And we were all able to enjoy those environments. But if we don't fix what we're doing currently, the plastic that we keep putting into the environment is just going to keep making the problem worse, and no future generations will get to enjoy those environments like we enjoyed them, trash-free. Now let's look at how we can fix the problem. Author Jamie Mishkin notes in a 2019 article called 6 Million Tons of Plastic Get Thrown Out Each Year, and Here's How You Can Stop This Waste. Notes a couple of really important but really simple ways that you can help cut down on your disposable plastic output. One of the best ways to do that is to have a reusable water bottle. As fun as it is to make fun of people for using hydro flasks, it's a legitimately good way to help do your part when it comes to keeping plastic out of our environment. A reusable water bottle can be used as many times as you want without having to be disposed of for fear of it either breaking down or having germ development inside of it. It's also significantly cheaper to use to use a reusable water bottle as opposed to a plastic water bottle, because you don't have to buy a new reusable water bottle every time you need a refill. Another important way that you can cut down on your disposable plastic output is by using utensils that aren't disposable. If you, say, bring a fork or a knife from home and put it in a paper bag, you can use it at lunch and then take it home and clean it and then use it the next day. You don't have to throw it away every day. And that massively cuts down on the amount of disposable plastic that gets in the environment. Plastic straws, a big thing that people like to talk about, the whole Save the Turtles thing. It's pretty important. As goofy as you may feel walking around with a stainless steel straw in your backpack, it really does make a big difference, because the plastic straws are dangerous to both wildlife and they like to collect a lot in the environment and take years, if not decades, to break down. Let's say that you're at a restaurant, instead of using a lid in the plastic straw, don't use a lid and just drink out of the cup normally. This is a great way that you can cut down on your plastic. So for a quick recap, today I talked to you about why you should stop using disposable plastic. Specifically, I talked about why plastic pollution is a problem, the main causes of plastic pollution, and how you can prevent it through stopping your use of disposable plastics. Something else I want to touch on is that one of the main goals of conservation is making sure that the planet is still here when our kids get here. At the current rate we're going, it's likely that the Earth that we know is not going to be the Earth that our kids know, and it's important for us to make an effort so that they can enjoy the Earth the way we enjoyed it. And we don't have to do that much if we want to make a big difference, but every little bit helps. And stopping your use of disposable plastics is a really great way for you to help cut down on your environmental degradation. Thank you.